Now look at this rush. Howard has picked up big slick. Ace-king suited, Mike.
A big hand.
Cowboy's got 10-king, but he's going to call it. And Chip's calling with a 7-10 of clubs.
Oh, bingo for Cowboy. Queen, Jack, 9. The Cowboys hit the nut straight.
Oh, man, Star-Spangled Banner going off in his head.
Come on in, boys. The water's fine.
And they are.
Oh, the Cowboys got to love this.
We are going fast. We're going to see the 4th Street.
Now the ace comes off. Doesn't hurt Cowboy. He's still got the very best hand possible.
He sure does.
A 4 comes off. The Cowboy is going to love this. He has tripled up. You can't do any better than that in a 3-handed game.
Be proud of that straight, Cowboy. You ride that straight home.
The last of the online players is off the respirator and back in the match.
Well, let me tell you something about Cowboy. Don't let the friendly Cowboy outfit fool you. This guy is a poker hustler. I mean, he's the kind of guy that could pick your pocket over the telephone. He's here to play. This is a poker player. And we're back to the action here. And it's on Howard Lederer, the true poker face.
Well, you're right about that. His composure is the same when he wins a big pot or when he loses one.
Well, he's going to go out with the 6-3. Now, look at this. Cowboy's picked up a big hand, ace-queen.
Very nice hand for Cowboy.
He raises, and Chip Jet is going to call with a king-4. Here we go again. Oh, man.
It's king 8-7. Nice flop right here for Chip Jet.
And Cowboy locked in, has to call.
Yep.
Next card is a 7.
7's not going to help Cowboy either.
No.
He's being stubborn. He's going to call this, Mike.
He calls him again.
Last card coming up.
And the deuce comes off. Cowboy checks. Chip bets, of course. And Cowboy calls him again and pays this off.
Oh, that's going to hurt the Cowboy.
Well, just unfortunate there, but Cowboy's just calling his money off a little bit too much here. You can see the inexperience showing a little bit with the Cowboy, but what a ride he's had, Vince, to get this far.
Well, I give him credit. He was stubborn about it. You don't push around a Cowboy.
If he doesn't win the next pot he plays, he's going to be out with a Buffalo Roam, I can tell you that.
Okay.
In the meantime, we forgot to tell everybody the price of poker has gone up. We're now playing $15,000 and $30,000 limit, which means the blinds are $10,000 and $15,000.
It's on Chip. He's got king-queen this time of clubs. He's going to raise it up.
And here comes Howard. Howard's going to call him.
He's got jack-king. Look at this. Cowboy's got a pair of deuces. He's going all in with his money. But at this point, he's actually a little bit of a favorite.
So he's gone all in for 20-some thousand. We have a 3-way pot with the Cowboy all in here.
Can he do it again? Escape this?
You are watching exciting action on the World Poker Tour.
Don't sail away. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. Cowboy Joe Simpkins is in deep against poker pro Chip Jet. Who's next to lead the party?
We have a 3-way pot with the Cowboy all in here. He's going to try to go out quacking with the 2 ducks. Let's see what happens.
Well, it's 3-way action. He could win a nice pot if he should happen to win this. Let's see if the Cowboy can get lucky.
It's ace-9-5.
So far, so good for the Cowboy. He's in front. They're going to check it.
Check, check.
Here we go, 4th Street.
Chip Jet has a nut flush draw and just made the nut flush.
He just caught it. It's going to be all over for the Cowboy.
Yep, the Cowboy's going to be gone. Chip bets, Howard folds. And here it goes.
And this is it.
Home on the range for the Cowboy now.
Cowboy's finally realizing it. He taps the table. What a gentleman.
Gets a beautiful ovation by the crowd.
Cowboy Joe Simpkins, our 3rd place finisher, takes $105,000 for his efforts.
Great playing with you. Good luck.
Well, it's not bad, though. He qualified for this term for $25, Vince, online to get in here. I got a feeling he's going to be back. He loves this experience.
Gone are the minnows, and here are the sharks going head-to-head. Well, Mike, we're down to 2 players now. Heads up, the great Howard Lederer against Chip Jett.
Here comes the cash fence and the trophy. It is beautiful. The crowd is dancing in the aisles, man.
Tons of money on the table.
The World Poker Tour is here. Well, Vince, we see why this is the greatest party in poker. The atmosphere here, the balloons, the celebration, the cash on the table, the champagne is there. We are playing heads up for this title of champion of the Party Poker $1,000,002.
Okay, well, we're seeing Chip Jett. A couple years ago, he was the all-round champion at the LA Poker Classic, up against superstar player Howard Lederer, winner at Foxwoods, going at it head-to-head, Mike.
Well, will Howard Lederer make it 2 for 2? Final tables on the World Poker Tour. Let's see. Here comes the action.
Well, it's on Chip Jett. He's picked up a big hand, ace-queen. He's going to raise it.
He raised it, makes it $30,000 to go. And Howard re-raises with 2 sixes. And Chip calls him. So it's 3 bets already on the first hand of heads-up action. Here comes the flop.
Big action here.
The flop comes Jack, 7-7, 2.
And Howard fires out 15,000. Chip calls.
Chip's going to call quickly with this ace-queen high. He doesn't believe Howard has something at this point.
An 8 comes off.
The turn card is the 8 of clubs.
Howard quickly bets 30,000. Chip calls again quickly.
Chip's calling real quickly. Here comes the last card.
A 4, no help. Howard doesn't slow down. He bets 30,000. Chip calls him.
Howard shows pocket 6s.
Now, Mike, what's pretty amazing, I think Chip thought he had a winner there with the ace-queen.
Well, if Chip has any weakness, it is that on occasion he calls too many bets off, I think. But you see Howard, the greatness he is, he doesn't miss any value bets. He never slowed down betting those 2 sixes. He believed they were the best hand, and he got maximum mileage out of that pot.
It's going to be on Howard. He's got 8-9.
8-9 of spades suited, and he raises on the button. And now here comes Chip calling a raise with an 8-5 offsuit. Now, folks, you don't have to play. You are allowed to fold.
Not these guys. Here's the flop. Well, Chip's hit a pair of 5s.
7-5-3, and Howard's made a straight draw. A 6 would give him an inside straight. Look at this. Chip Jett check raised on this hand.
Chip raises, Howard calls.
Howard's calling real quickly.
Howard calls again.
The turn is the 7 of clubs.
Another 7 comes off. Chip bets 30,000, and Howard calls him with his inside straight draw here.
Yes, he does.
And another 7 comes off. That's a nice card for Chip. He now has a full house. He bets 30,000. We know Howard can't call with the 9 high. He folds his hand.
Well, he makes Howard a believer.
Well, I questioned his call before the flop there, but I'll tell you, he got maximum value out of that hand.
You're watching 2 great masters go at it head-to-head.
And Vince, I'll tell you one thing. These guys don't dance around the outside of the ring. They're right in the center of the ring, slugging back and forth. This is a power punch fest that we're seeing right here.
You're watching the Party Poker $1,000,002. Stay tuned.
The World Poker Tour, 2 Las Vegas gamblers have made this tournament their own private poker party. But who gets eaten when there's only sharks left in the pool?
We are back at the action on board the MS Zandam on the Party Poker $1,000,002 on the World Poker Tour. We're down to 2 players. We got a whale, we got a barracuda. Let's get back to the action. It's going to be back on Chip Jett to make his action first. What's he going to do? He's got 8-10 this time. He's going to raise it.
He raises on the button with the 8-10, and now here's Howard with a 4-7 offsuit, and he's defending the blind. These guys are not giving up a hand. Gentlemen, you can fold.
Okay, here's the flop. Oh, but look.
6 trade deuce. Howard checks. Chip bets, and Howard raises him with an inside straight draw. What a play here by Howard. And Chip calls him
Yes,
with a
he does.
10-8 there. Whoa. Howard makes a pair of fours and he bets.
He's going to make Chip go away.
Now, Chip called that re-raise with an 8-10.
Yes, he did.
Pretty amazing call there after a guy raises you.
You know, with that hand, Mike, Howard Lederer has now taken the chip lead.
Well, Vince, I got to tell you, the action is so fast and furious. Folks, if you just tuned in here, don't blink because the action is fast. We're gambling high, $15,000 and $30,000 limit.
These guys are just flipping it around, playing real fast. Okay, it's going to be on Howard. Now look at this. He's picked up a real hand, a pair of jacks wired. He's going to raise.
Well, with that last pot, he took a slight lead with $450,000 to about $437,000 for Chip.
Here comes the flop.
Howard has a nice hand, 2 jacks, and flops a 3rd jack. He has the top
man,
set.
3 of a kind on the flop. He's betting it. Chip is going to call it.
And now a 7 comes on. Now this gives Chip an inside straight draw. He checks. Howard bets $30,000. And look at this. Chip has raised $60,000, Vince.
Oh, man, what is he, in Alice in Wonderland here? Come on, what are you doing here? He's re-raising a man with a set.
Well, Howard bets $90,000 as he should here with the 3 jacks. Well, now Chip's got to call the other $30,000, hoping to strike a 5 here, which would give him a straight. That's what he's going to have to win this pot.
You're watching a disaster here for Chip Jet.
But I'm telling you, this is a huge pot. A 9 comes off. Chip doesn't get it. Chip checks. Howard bets $30,000.
Now look at Chip. This is a blood drainer. He just got so involved in this huge pot. He's got nothing now.
Vince, there's over $300,000 in this pot now. Now does he want to put in 30 more and just call him with ace high? He doesn't do it.
Puts up the white flag. That's going to do it for this hand.
Whoa. Nice pot right there for Howard Lederer. But in my mind, marginally overplayed by Chip Jet right there. He put a lot of extra chips in that pot. He didn't have to.
Howard Lederer taking control here, though. Getting back into action. Heads up, over $250,000 at stake. It's going to be on Chip Jet first to act. He's got 3-10 of clubs this time.
He calls, and Howard checks. Where's the marching band? We got a flop without a raise.
Well, Howard's got a junk hand, too, at 10 deuce.
Up comes Queen 10-6.
Now, that's interesting. They both hit their pair of 10.
And they both check.
Here we go, 4th Street.
The turn card is the 9 of diamonds.
Howard checks. Chip bets $30,000.
Yes, he does.
And look at this. Howard bets $60,000. Chip is going to call $30,000 with 2 10s here. That's a nice call when a guy raises you right there with a pair of 10s. Now, right now, they're tied.
The river card is a 4 of diamonds.
It's not going to help either player.
Howard leads out and bets $30,000.
A quick call from Chip.
Howard shows 10.